Hey there, this is Clay with modernlove.life, and in this video, we're going to be talking about 4 signs your ex is using you. This is something that a lot of people are concerned about. In a lot of ways, the whole dating world and relationship world is just sort of like, it's wild, it's crazy. You just got to like take care to look after your own best interest, because not necessarily everyone out there is going to be doing that for you. We do want to be on the lookout to see if our ex is using us. However, with that being said, I do want to also just sort of, give you an asterisk about all of this, and that is that like your ex is probably not using you, okay? Most people out there that I've spoken to are genuinely decent people who are just trying to do the right thing in life. And chances are, if you were in a relationship with your ex, you probably know them pretty well, and you'd probably say, okay, they probably are a decent person in some way. Yeah, of course, maybe the two of you had your disagreements, and maybe, for a while you had a voodoo doll of them under your bed, or they had a voodoo doll of you under their bed or something like that. But, let's be honest. Most people are just decent people who are just trying to do the right thing here. And you probably know their character a lot better than me or some other rando on the internet, right? You probably know who they are and can say like, okay, is this the kind of person who has the capacity to use me, or is this just a decent person who might be confused, who might just be trying to navigate through their own complicated, overwhelming life or something like that. With all that being said, here are some actual signs that your ex might be using it. And, like with all the X number of signs of this or that kind of videos, this is not an exhaustive list. So, it's not like there's just 4 signs that your ex is using you, okay? But these are some things that I might look out for if I was going to be talking to you, okay? So the first is that they've explicitly said that they are just interacting with you for, physical purposes. There is a very realistic possibility that you and your ex might end up in some sort of friends with benefits sort of situation here. And, again, I do have to watch my language, because sometimes when I openly talk about some of these mature issues, the videos get kind of throttled because it's, adult content. If you and your ex have had some sort of conversation where they've explicitly said, hey, I'm just in this for the physical aspect of this. And you see that they're following up with that. They're not going out of their way to build some sort of emotional connection or anything like that. They're just in it to hook up. Then chances are they might just like legitimately be using you for that kind of purpose. And, at least they're being honest about it here. But we want to be careful not to try to read too much into this and try to say, okay, well, maybe they're just saying that, but really there's all these other things, right? Maybe I can use the physical connection as a back door to an emotional connection, right? So first of all, don't do that. Do not use your physical connection as a backdoor to an emotional connection. I know that so many people try to do this because they're terrified of the friend zone. And so they focus super hard on the physical connection. However, don't do this, because the emotional connection is the most important thing. You may have heard me say this in previous videos on this channel, but the most important thing you can focus on is the emotional connection. I mean that more than the physical connection. I mean that more than who's texting who first. I mean that more than rebound relationships. I mean that more than long distance. I mean that more than all sorts of other complicated things that you could add on to this, right? So I mean that, very sincerely. The most important thing that you can focus on is the emotional connection. That means that the physical connection is less important than the emotional connection. That means who's texting first is less important than the emotional connection. And, if you're just wanting to focus on the high leverage things here, yes, the emotional connection is what you should be focusing on, okay? So if they have explicitly said that they are just looking for a physical hookup or friends with benefits or something like that, and you see them actually following through with that, then that could be a sign that they are literally just using you for a physical connection here. So second sign here is that they are building an emotional connection with someone else, leaving just the physical connection with you. Okay, now obviously there's something messed up here if they're building an emotional connection with someone else and connecting physically with just you, okay? If they're building an emotional connection with someone else, it shows that they're trying to invest in a new relationship of some sort. okay, maybe this hasn't fully come into, materialization yet, and so they're connecting with you physically for that purpose, or maybe they're not able to get some sort of physical need met in this new relationship for whatever reason, and so they're connecting with you physically, but they're getting the emotional nourishment that they want, or they're striving to get that emotional nourishment that they want from someone else, leaving just some sort of hollow physical connection with you. Again, this kind of builds off of that first sign that we talked about here. So again, where is the most important thing here? Now, if you've been paying attention thus far in this video, you should know what the most important thing is. The most important thing to focus on is the emotional connection. You got it. So if they are investing in an emotional connection with someone else, and they are not investing in an emotional connection with you, then that lets you know there's something wrong here. And if things continue this way, they very well may be using you. We're going to talk about some exceptions to this in a little bit, but this isn't a black and white thing. But if they are investing in an emotional connection with someone else and just leaving the physical connection with you, yeah, maybe they're using you as some sort of fallback, some sort of plan B, some sort of way to get some sort of physical release, if we want to use that euphemism for YouTube. Yeah, they might be using you in that way. By the way, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button for the algorithm. It does help us out with this channel. It's a great free way to support this channel. Just hit that thumbs up button. Another great free way to support me and this channel, and also help you as well too, is to get on our email newsletter. You can find that over at modernlove.life/newsletter. There's also a link right down below. When you sign up, we send you a nice little report that goes through some topics and things like that people think they need to focus on in order to save their relationship, but we found actually aren't that important. So anyway, go ahead and sign up over at modernlove.life/newsletter. We'll send you the report, and we'll also send you tips, advice, and strategies to help you get the great loving relationship that you deserve. Anyway, hit that thumbs up button as well too. But anyway, sign number 3 is if they are pursuing the real deal with someone else, well, really just breadcrumbing you, okay? So if they're pursuing some sort of real deal kind of a relationship where, either they are trying to, get the whole, enchilada, as they say, create the emotional connection, get some sort of commitment. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't a rebound thing. I don't know. By the way, we do have a whole video playlist on rebounds. Recently, I had someone ask hey, can you make some videos on rebound relationships? And I'm like, we have an entire video playlist. It's right up there. Go ahead and check it out. Maybe if there's some sort of concrete, specific topic about rebound relationships you want that's not already covered in that playlist, maybe I can add it to that playlist. But yeah, right up there. Anyway, if they're pursuing a new relationship, the real deal kind of thing, and they're just breadcrumbing you, just sending you the bare minimum that they need to kind of keep your attention or something like that, that just shows you that they're probably using you as some sort of fallback, some sort of plan B or something like that. It's not necessarily that they're even just using you for a physical connection. It's just that, hey, for whatever reason, they are kind of keeping you in the back burner, maybe in case this doesn't work out, to protect their self-esteem so that they don't have to be alone with themselves, whatever it might be. But that's a sign that they could potentially be using you. And sign number 4 is that there are no emotional blocks to explain any of the previous behavior that we have talked about in this video, right? So I told you that nothing here is black and white. That is to say that there are certain cases where it might make sense that they're kind of breadcrumbing you if there is an emotional block, if they feel too much pressure to the point where they feel like they need to hold themselves back, like what we talked about in the previous video yesterday. But if there is some sort of emotional blockage, like maybe they're still hurt about the past, maybe there's too much pressure, maybe, they feel guilt about something, maybe, there's something else going on, then, that could potentially explain some of this previous behavior that we've talked about in this video. However, if there is the absence of any sort of emotional block, and the two of you have done a lot of the stuff we've talked about before, gotten on the same team, cleared up the past, all that sort of stuff, and you're still getting a lot of this stuff like breadcrumbing, just focusing on the physical connection, things like that, then yeah, it could be that they're just legit using you as some sort of self-esteem, prop up, or they're just trying to, get some sort of unmet need that they're not able to get met in some new relationship or something like that. But anyway, these are some things to think about. Again, we want to look at the emotional connection here. The most important thing is what? The emotional connection. By the way, if you agree that the most important thing is the emotional connection, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, and be sure to sign up for our free newsletter at modernlove.life/newsletter. Link is down below in the description box. Anyway, once again, my name is Clay. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care, and I will talk to you in our next video.